Let's say that you are creating a form for order registration, or let's say pickup and drop service where you require your user or form filler to select a location on form. And here is the demonstration of that. I input my name and here it shows a map. Of course, I have changed the location using sensor, so I can click anywhere and click on next. And when I fill this form, and I can get its responses in Aliveforms, and it will show me the latitude and longitude of this location that user has entered. And this by default is not provided in Aliveforms, but we can easily get it using custom properties and a library called leaflet.js and a simple logic unit. So first, if we go to help docs of Aliveforms, and in snippets library, there are some cool snippets those you can use. For example, the current one that I'm going to show you is that map location input screen. It has all the data and information that you need, and the code snippet also. And I have created the form here. So if I show you the form, that is just a plain simple form. First we have a text input screen, then there is again a text input screen. You can see this icon is here and it is also a text input here, but you can use any type of screen and you can also modify the logic. And if I go to settings of this screen and go to custom props, there is a key that is map, a custom property of with key map and its value is true. Actually, we are not checking the value, but we are only checking if key exists in this specific case. Then there is just this submit button. And if I go to menu and logics, here is the magic is happening. This is simple a logic unit, and it is just a single screen logic unit. And if I explain it a little bit, first we are importing the style sheet of leaflet, and in its callback, when the style sheet is loaded, we are importing a script that is a JS script, and in its callback we are calling init function. So we initialize it, we just run a loop from a zero screen to the length of the form, and we check if the form screen, if that form screen has custom property called map, we are going to assign it a event handler that is screen on enter event handler. You can read more about it in Liveforms docs. So then that is just for no purpose. I can remove it, and then I'm setting the timeout to 300 milliseconds. This is because after transition occurs, I want it to be loaded only then. And then we have this mapit function where I'm passing the index, and here I'm just first getting the options wrapper div. If I show you, when in your Aliveforms, if you inspect, you can see there are elements with classes. You can grab them and apply DOM manipulation on them. So this thing here is options wrapper. Okay, back to the form. Then I'm creating a new div, giving it an ID and height, and I'm going to set the opacity of the text input. Remember that originally it is a text input. I'm just assigning it opacity to 0 so that it is not visible to the user. And then I'm appending this div into the options wrapper. After that, I have copied and pasted the snippet from leaflet tutorials, uh, one of those two. You can use other tutorials and use their code snippets and paste them here. And after that, the only important thing is that I am assigning input directly to the inputs of Aliveforms. So we are going to hack inputs, we are assigning value to the index that is passed using that argument, and we are just converting this lat lang to string. You can use it at your own requirement. For example, you can use lat and lang separately and have them separated with a comma, or do whatever you want. Or you can even use a different type of screen, and in that input you can use the array. Okay, so then that is just simple stuff right from the code snippet. And again, if we get back to the form, that is our Aliveforms form that we can use for location input. And this snippet is highly reusable. For example, if I create a new form and I'm going to create a generic form, let's say I'm going to create a generic form, and just give it a name, so it is just test name. And here I add a screen. Okay, so if I add screen, I'm going to add information screen, then a text input screen, and again text input screen, just for demonstration. And here I'm going to edit the second screen. I'm going to its setting and add a key with value map and key map and value true, adding this one. Then I'm going to add a new one, and uh, let's say select drop location and select pickup location. Save the form. Save the screens. This will save the screens. So I'm going to logics again, and I'm going to select that logic that was for map input screen. Map true, we need to add it. This is added, and now if we save it, and this is pickup location and this is drop location. This is how you can reuse and create your own screens and stuff with Aliveforms.